Hi. We're the Weird Sisters and we like to talk about weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm Belinda.
I'm Michala.
And we sit around and talk shit for hours, so we thought we'd just
Record it instead.
record it. So today we're going to talk about the
Pilliga Princess.
Pilliga Princess up in New South Wales. Let us know if you've
1980.
Let us know if you've heard about her. So we're going to read some stories. Oh yeah, by the way, none of our
content is factual.
Nah, we just
This
searched
is
that
a
shit. Disclaimer.
Right from the start.
Warning.
We don't. Our research comes from Wikipedia. 99% of the time.
Yeah.
And most of what we talk about is our opinion.
Just our opinion, not factual. We've got an opinion on everything, as you're going to find out.
Yeah. So, sorry not sorry if you're offended, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's how we roll.
Alright, Pilliga Princess. Right. The Pilliga Scrub is a massive expanse of thick bushland in the central upper half of New South Wales and covers an area of about 80 times 120 kilometres. Much has been lost in there, never to be found again, from sheep and cattle to people and vehicles. Even today, it is dense and forbidding, although what used to be a dirt track that ran through the middle is now a major road called the Newell Highway. There are a lot of stories that have emerged from the forest, and one in particular that sticks in my mind is that of a bag lady who lived in the Pilliga Scrub. She was often seen with her old battered shopping trolley loaded with her belongings along the road, and truckers would see her at night walking in complete darkness. She was a recluse, old, grey-haired and crazy, and they dubbed her the Pilliga Princess. For many years, she was a familiar sight to regular travellers, particularly truck drivers along the stretch of road. Because the Pilliga Scrub had, and still has, unexplained stories of terror associated with it, the locals will tell you you'd have to be completely crazy to be in the scrub after dark. Anyone passing through for the first time saw the Pilliga Princess as an almost terrifying, ghostly figure, even if they hadn't heard the scary stories beforehand. One night in 1993, the Pilliga Princess was hit and killed by a truck. The trucker who hit her said she had been wandering across the road and he hadn't seen her until it was too late. He told how as she was lit by the headlights she turned to look directly at him and ran towards him, arms outstretched. The last thing he saw of her alive was the white hair flaring out after her wild-eyed, and the expression was one of manic glee.
Oh, yuck.
Since then, other truckers swear they have seen her walking her trolley at night, just as she had done for years before she was killed. One truck driver even claimed he hit her trolley, but was no princess in sight. If you're from the region or have ever driven through there and have seen anything unusual, we'd love to hear from you. What other stories do we have on this?
So I think it's got some follow-up, things there.
Okay.
That is freaky, the face of,
Yeah, she wanted to be hit by the car.
She was just, nuts, and she just, jumped at the truck.
She was like, yeah, take me out.
That happened to Ebony when she hit that guy on Warby Highway.
She hit someone on the highway?
Yes, mate.
When?
She did. We were getting ready to go out one night, right?
Yeah.
She was driving, I don't know, she was going up towards Warby from Melbourne. And this guy literally jumped out off the side of the road onto her bonnet and she mowed him over. He went over the bonnet, over the roof.
Whereabouts on that road?
Just past the guardrail, going towards Warby from the bridge.
So he was on the side with the rail?
Yeah. And
he wanted to be hit by a car?
He wanted to die. He full mowed into her car, rode her little friggin' Hyundai off. It was her orangey red Hyundai. Rode it off. Yeah, true story. Ebony thought she'd splattered his head in, but then she goes, it was just his zits popped all over my windscreen. He was
Oh my
alright.
goodness.
He was alright. He still lives around here.
Have you seen him?
Oh yeah, many times.
Is
I
that
actually
weird?
haven't seen him for a while.
Is that weird?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Like, I know what you did, bro.
That
we
is
know.
so weird.
Yeah.
Hope he's alright.
Nah, he's still alive.
No longer is jumping out in front of cars.
You
Trying
don't
to get
know.
mowed over.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the old
Back to the
story.
actual story we're talking about. I'm just having a little look.
A little look-see. See what we can.
Oh, apparently there is a cave and an old slavery campsite.
Where's this on the Pilliga
Yeah,
Highway?
in the bush, in the Pilliga bush. You can hear slaves moaning and crying and screaming, their chains rattling, them whistling and singing. And at night, if you look directly into the cave too long, you can see two glowing red eyes staring back at you. Animals refuse to stay in the area, even wildlife are scared. If you try to light a campfire, it won't stay lit. It goes out for no reason. There are chain links in the cave walls and human bones. Ugh. As if we had slaves.
Oh yeah, mate. We were so many slaves.
But like, yeah, that's sad.
It is sad. There's so many weird stories about that bushland. Like there's Yowie stories and heaps of ghost stories.
Are like full real.
I listened to a podcast about this Yowie up in the Pilliga Scrub, and it was like, I wish I could find it again. It was so really good. Like she just talked about her encounter with it, and like the police were involved. Apparently, like the stench of it was like huge. They saw it a couple of times. It was really, really interesting. Heaps of really interesting weird shit happens there.
Yeah, not a fan of weird shit.
We should probably go up there one time.
Yeah,
pass.
I mean, if we get a good story out of it.
I mean, like, I'd be shitting my pants. We've got to try that, whatever it's called,
ghost
randonauting thingy.
Weird ghosty app.
Yeah.
See if we've got any ghosties in our area.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
Wow.
Like old Liz down in the river.
I can't believe I actually found her
We found her death certificate.
And that she was real.
So, see, there's always truth behind every good
That
old
is
tale.
what I say. Everything comes from truth somewhere along the line.
That's a scary subject. That gets us off on all sorts of little tangents every time we say that. We're like just straight into it. Like
Straight into literally everything. Aliens.
Aliens, bloody woodpeckers, all sorts of things.
Everything.
All sorts of things.
Everything. Trying to see if this is interesting at all. Someone's little story.
The lights keep flickering. Can you see that shit?
It's because we're talking about creepy shit.
Yes.
Some little girl was sitting on the branch of a tree.
Okay.
So his family were like just on the quad bikes around the house near the Pilliga Scrub. Wasn't actually in there.
Yeah.
But they were near there. They were at a farmhouse, like family farmhouse.
Yeah.
And they were just riding down track. And they pretty homemade track.
Homemade.
Yeah, so it's like
a shitty track.
Yeah, thick scrabble either side. It's not
like a road.
Used. And yeah, there was just what does it say? There's a clearing in the trees.
Yeah.
There was one long branch extending the length of the clearing.
Yep.
And this branch would have only been as thick as a man's forearm.
Okay.
But there was a little girl, around 6, sitting on the branch wearing a white dress, white gloves and a white hat. Like they wore in the olden days. Probably a bonnet
Oh,
type
wow.
deal. Type dealy.
What year was this? Or we don't know.
It doesn't say.
So it was
around
recent.
10 years ago. About 2002.
Okay. So that clothing was definitely not used for the time.
She was just sitting there, apparently. The
Just
girl. The person, like, slammed on the brakes and yelled out to their friends behind them.
yeah.
Turned around and the girl's gone.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah. Like, that stuff's freaky.
Yeah, not my not what you really want to see when you're out in the scrub. What was that for? What did you read?
I'm assuming this is talking about the same bushes.
Yeah.
Like the same bushland. But it's saying that one lady's daughter, back when we walked through the bushes in 2007, my daughter back then, she was only 4. So the little girl was only 4.
Yep.
It's a real daughter, like not a ghosty daughter.
Yep.
And in the bushes, a fair way up the track, there was a small car on its roof, and it had bullet holes in it, and it was all rusty as if it had been burnt.
Not something you want to come across.
No?
No?
Especially not with your 4-year-old daughter.
Mm.
Her daughter bent down near the car, and then turns to her parents and says, "Mummy, help them." And the mum's like, couldn't see what she could. She went on to tell me that there was a little girl and her mum, and the mum had a baby in her belly, and the car was on fire, and we needed to help them. The little girl was crying, asking for my daughter's help.
Oh, shit. What does that remind you of? I'm not even saying it.
The second I read that, that's who I thought of.
Yeah. Wow. Yuck.
But then that, I'm going to go off on a tangent. That also reminds me of sinister spirits.
Yeah, pretending.
That pretend to be innocent
children
or innocent, like, women who need help and all they want is your help.
But they're really like demons. Yeah, that's a very common thing, isn't it? Like they pretend to be kids.
Because that's the whole point.
To gain your trust and so you're not scared of them. And then they do freaky fucking shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because they're like, oh, help me, I need help. And then you help them and then they possess you.
Yeah, little creeps. Little creepy demons.
Oh, someone else saw the young girl sitting on the branch.
Okay.
Dressed in old English style clothes. Like this, a daughter, like a young girl saw it.
Yeah.
And the young girl, like, was trying to show her family and was pointing directly at the girl. The young, old day girl.
Ghost girl.
And the adults just couldn't see it. So she's literally standing there pointing like, "Mum, there's a girl in the tree." And her parents are like, "What are you looking at?"
Oh, yuck.
Like, yeah.
Your heart would stop, wouldn't it? Because little kids don't usually...
No, they're not going to lie about that sort of stuff.
Nah.
Like, there's no reason to...
There's no reason for them
to pretend that, oh, there's a little girl in the tree, Mum. Like, no. Why would they? Why would they say, oh, there's a little girl?
And especially having details like clothing and... they wouldn't come up with that shit. Like,
no.
It's not something that they'd...
No, it's not even on their mind to pretend about that. Because most of the time it comes from just an innocent place. It's like, oh, Mum, there's someone out. Like, look at her. Or, like, why is she dressed like that? Or, what is she doing?
Yeah, like they're intrigued. It's not like it's something they're making up in there. You can tell when they're making up stuff.
Especially when they're that young. Like you can tell they're joking. And it's always like far fetched. Yeah, or it's something they've seen on the telly or something. Yeah, they describe a movie that you watched 2 nights ago. Yeah, exactly. Not random. To describe it in the same way that other people. Yeah. Who have seen a similar phenomenon. They're all describing the same girl in the same old clothes. Same spot. like, doing the same thing.
Yeah. That's
Like-
when you've got to sort of go, well, maybe there's something to it. It's, I mean, you'd know in yourself, like, if you'd know that they weren't bullshitting.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they start to be like, what are you doing? Like, what do you mean you can't see her? Like, they're right fucking in front of you.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No. And then you try to debunk with some other questions and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so creepy.
So gross. Makes my skin crawl.
Ooh, a truckie pulled into the Pilliga number 2 rest area.
What happens?
No, I'm just saying, like, with all that stuff happening in the area, and he's just like, oh, I'm tired, I'm gonna stop in at Pilliga.
I'm just going to have a bit of a kip
Wouldn't you just
in the
keep
haunted
going?
forest.
Go somewhere else?
I have friends that live up there.
Well, why would you have friends in that area?
Because they moved there.
So, that truckie
Yeah, they pulled in for the rest.
pulled in for the rest, woke up at about 7, jumps in to his truck to get back on the road, ready to go, looks at the bonnet and there's dust all over it. Fair enough if it's a dirty
Little
road
rest stop.
and someone else had, like, driven past, that's not a problem. Except for the handprint.
Ugh.
Except for the human handprint, twice the size of an average man's hand.
That might be the yowie.
Mm.
So twice the size of a
Yep.
man's hand.
Yep, so handprint was like a human hand, but twice the size of an average man's hand, but it had 2 thumbs, one on each side.
Wow.
That's
a
that's
yowie.
a yowie shit. Like, that's some, yeah.
See, there's all sorts of weird shit that goes on up there.
There was no other prints anywhere.
Just on his...
There was no dust anywhere else on the truck. Just the
Oh,
bonnet
so
where
just
the
on the
handprint
bonnet.
was.
So maybe like when he's leaned over or something, like
The
dust
dust
has come off him.
Yeah.
Off his chest. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking creepy.
It is freaky. Apparently other drivers have had similar experiences with that. No.
Oh, I really wish I could remember that
The
podcast. It was so good.
Blech.
It was really thought-provoking. Hadn't even really thought about yowies or Bigfoots or... And that really sparked an interest.
Yeah.
On a side note, my son's drawn dicks up there on his bookcase.
Uh-huh.
And a face on one.
A face stick.
Face dick, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's very artistic.
Really artistic, yep.
Yeah.
It's really
Very
nice.
good at that.
Back to the Pilliga.
Ugh.
Any other little tales?
I'm just reading another one about a truckie.
Mm.
There's always had to keep an eye out on the road for the Pilliga Princess because you may not see her.
Oh, so he's looking for the princess.
Yeah, so as a truckie who's always travelling that way, he would always, keep an eye out in that
In that vicinity.
area.
Yeah.
Heard stories. Oh no, he told his daughter to keep an eye. I don't know, this is not written very well. I'll just read it word for word from how they've written it. If it's boring, soz. I remember as a child around 1980 travelling with my dad, who was a truckie, telling me with a little grin on his face to keep an eye out on the road. Oh yeah, for the princess. For the Pilliga Princess, because he may not see her.
Oh, because he's driving.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's telling her them to keep an eye out.
Yeah, yep. Smart thing, get
Well
your kids
done there.
involved in that shit. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
So they asked who she was, and he said exactly this. So he's seen her.
Oh, he's seen her.
Oh, I'm assuming so, unless he's just talking off the stories. But it said, when I asked him who she was, he said the exact same thing. Old grey-haired woman with a shopping trolley walking on the side of the road.
Oh, so maybe he has seen her.
Yeah, I would have my eyes peeled on the road. hair standing up on the back of my neck all through the night, but I never saw her. I reckon I was about 10. Coonabarabran was creepy enough back then.
I think it still is.
The bushfires on the hills in the distance would light the night sky up orange. The last truck stop before leaving the town had an old circus trailer with a big, scary clown painted on it. Yuck, I hate clowns. And the door on it was always open. And I would see it year after year, but I would never dare to go in there. I think Dad did see it once as well, but he was up and down the road every 3 weeks for 30 years. And if he did see her ghost after that, he never mentioned it. But through then 2013, circus trailer was gone, headed through the Pilliga. At about 2 a.m. on a Friday morning, heading north. But there was no way I was going to stop. They were looking out, trying to avoid the wildlife, saw nothing. So they're saying they didn't see anything.
They didn't see her. Or she didn't see her.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, she's not a friggin' performing clown, is she? Like, she's not gonna just jump out at every car.
No.
She'll only come out when she wants to.
Yeah.
But you'd certainly shit yourself if you were driving through.
I'd reckon she'd probably more come out on people by themselves.
Yeah, probably. Just freak them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creepy old lady.
She seems to like truckies more too.
Yeah, well, she used to get picked up by truckies late at night.
Yeah.
There's got to be more to her story. Like,
yeah, someone's got to know more about her.
I'm sure I've read something else about her. I can't recall what.
Yeah.
But I have read about the old Pilliga princess before. Like, what's she called a princess? She's an old crazy lady.
I don't know.
They like just taking the shit out of her because like
so.
the Pilliga's like a dumpy, nothing place.
So like she's the princess of Pilliga.
Yeah, so they're mocking her.
Yeah.
Well, that's not very nice to mock old ladies.
She's a crazy woman.
Crazy or not,
she's also dead.
She's just gonna haunt you.
Yeah.
She's gonna haunt those people.
Someone's husband saw her apparently.
Hmm. Did he talk to her?
No, but he said she was white and slowly walking across the road. He slowed down, knowing who she was.
Oh,
but
he knew?
Yeah, he'd obviously heard about it. So he's seen her walking across the road.
Why would you slow down?
Because she's walking across the road.
I'd speed up. I would be slowing down. What if she climbed in your car, mate?
I don't know, man. This was when she was a ghost, not when she was alive.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't need to...
I would stack the car. Like, I'd be like, wing off the side.
She doesn't need you to slow down to get in your car, mate.
Oh, I would have had
reign.
I would have just had a massive stack. Done a skiddy in the friggin'... Yeah, no thank you.
Oh my goodness, someone was stuck there for 2 days.
On the highway?
Yeah, like in the Pilliga.
Yeah, no.
And so they were in the truck.
Mm.
In the first night, everything, like, things in the truck were, like, turning on and off.
So,
like
electrical
CD
interference.
player. Yeah. Keys were turned off.
Yep.
Didn't see anything, but, you know.
So they didn't see anything, they just...
But glimmers of dull light in the shape of an old lady. They didn't see it, but it kind of was the shape of a person. But if you were stuck out in the bush by yourself...
You'd see all sorts of weird shit.
You're going to see stuff. Like, I mean...
Like, even if it's not real, you're gonna imagine things, aren't you?
Yeah. Like, your clothes on your chair in the middle of the night look like a person.
Yeah.
So, imagine being out in the bush. Anything could look like a person.
I couldn't imagine it. I don't even like going in the bush, like, when there's people with me, let alone being stuck out there by myself.
Yeah. But, so on the second night, so something did a front wheel bearing in the truck. But by the second night, he was able to, like, he still can't get away.
Yeah.
But he could move far enough to get to a next truck stop.
Okay.
Saying, oh yeah, I managed to get to the next truck stop. It's 51 kilometres from where you were, bud. Like, you did a fair feat there.
That's a fair hike.
Yeah. But nothing happened once he got out. Like, once he went to the next night, nothing happened.
Okay.
So all that weird interference and stuff happened the first night while he was in the Pilliga.
And then the next night was fine.
And then when he gets to the next truck stop, he's fine.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is.
Just goes to show there's weird going ons.
Yeah. Most truck drivers won't stop and rest in the Pilliga. Fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't be pulling over for a little kip, that's for sure.
No.
I would try to avoid driving through there at night.
I would avoid trying to drive through there at all. I know you can't.
I might be brave enough to do it during the day just to like freak myself out, but yeah, I wouldn't go through there at night.
No.
I'd shit myself. Crash the car.
The only way I would is if you're in a convoy of like 6 cars.
so we're totally safe.
Yeah, so because like if your car breaks down,
you've got some backup.
Jump in with someone else.
Imagine if all 6 cars broke down, then you would be like.
Then I'm lighting the cars on fire and jumping in.
Bloody hell.
Because no. Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, someone had something weird happen during the day.
Oh, there you go. So it even happens during the daytime.
They were hunting.
So hunters were out there.
Yeah, well, thick scrub, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
They were hearing drumming. Drums pounding.
Okay.
Clear as day.
Wonder if
they're in
that's.
the middle of the fucking bush.
I wonder if that's from like Aboriginal tribes or.
Yeah, it says like tribal drums.
Oh,
So
there you
that's what
go.
it sounds like. Yeah, stopped after a few minutes apparently. They continued their walk.
I wonder if it was even like could have been like a cult, like a weird. We've got to talk about cults, but it could be like a weird ass cult.
Yeah, you know, in like I mean, I've never heard about it in real, but in like movies when they do like witchy poo stuff is happening.
Yeah.
And you hear the drums.
They drum.
You hear the drums.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they didn't like it stopped. They continued on their walk. They went back to the car. And they
As if you continue on your walk after hearing fucking drums.
They're trying to get back to the car.
Oh, well, you have to get back to the car.
Yeah.
So they hear him again at the car.
Yeah, once they got back to the car, they could hear it again. Whatever it was in the scrub between us and the ute. That night we got to sleep. Always zip my swag up tight. Just to stop the bull ants getting in. In the morning, my mate woke up complaining, saying, "What the F? Did you unzip my swag?" I went to reach the zip, and mine had been unzipped down past my feet. Yuck. Absolutely yuck. I'm never sleeping in my swag again. And I don't even live in New South Wales. Yuck.
It unzipped his friggin' swag.
Yes. And he's like, it's definitely shut when I went to sleep.
There's some weird cult
The
living
fire
out
was
there.
completely out, too. We were about 1 metre from the fire, staying warm. Nah. I still go and walk alone at night sometimes. Are you fuck? You have a death wish, bro.
That takes some sort of stupid, doesn't it? To
Absolute.
Why would you go back out there? Like after you've had experiences
After
like
your
that?
swag is zipped open, like, oh, like
Yeah.
why would you? There's no like, if you're out there, it's cold. You're not gonna have your swag open ever.
No.
Not in a bush like that. Not when there's like insects and animals. You're having that shit zipped up tight.
Yeah, and how did they not wake up to it being unzipped?
Well, it depends. You might not wake up, depending on what stage of sleep you're in, probably.
I suppose. You'd be on high alert though, wouldn't you? I would be. But I suppose they're obviously not like fussbow because he still goes out there.
His
so
mate
he obviously.
won't though.
And I don't blame the mate. The mate's got some brains.
Fuck that. Oop. Oh no, did I go back up to the top? No, I didn't. Yuck.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have to do one on cults. So many. There's even, like, there's heaps of weird Australian cults. Like, heaps.
Like the family.
The Family, and what was that one out at like Bonnie Doon? The one where, or is that The Family? No, I don't think it is.
Know.
It's the one where she dyed all the kids' hair white.
Is that The Family? I think that's The Family.
Or is The Family the one that, I don't know. We'll have to research it and look into it.
The Family was when she made them all, like, because they weren't her kids.
They weren't her kids. She stole them.
Yeah, she stole them from other people in there, but she made them all look like her kids.
Yeah. And that was like
So
just like an hour away from here.
Yeah, I think it was the ones in Bonnie Doon.
Yeah.
But The Family is like a worldwide cult or something, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's a different one. So these were, I don't think the one at Bonnie Doon was called The Family. They called something else. The Family is a worldwide one, but we definitely had Mum brought videos from them
The Family
called Kitty Viddies. That was the title, like the.
That is a red flag in itself.
Well, it just looked like a cute name at the time. Like it wasn't. It was supposed to be like a Christian video.
Well, there's your first mistake.
Look, it had good messages. Like the videos themselves didn't.
Have you not seen The Simpsons?
What one?
Where they put subliminal messaging in them.
Well, that's what they're saying was in those videos. Is like
you're playing backwards. There's subliminal messages. Join the Navy.
I remember that one.
Join the Navy.
Oh, we'll have to watch the kitty videos. I wonder if they've got subliminal messages in them.
Put it backwards.
Yeah, we'll have to, but I don't even, we haven't even got a VCR anymore these days.
Oh, you ask Mum for a VCR. She's going to have a VCR.
She will.
There will be one somewhere.
She'll have it in some cupboard.
I'm sure it's still in the cupboard underneath the TV. I'm
Of
always
course
certain.
it is. Yeah, that's how our Mum rolls. Alright. Any more interesting little things there about the Pilliga Princess or the Scrub?
There's a movie on the Pilliga.
Really?
Apparently.
What's it called?
The Pilliga.
Oh, yeah.
Something in the Pilliga.
Yep.
It's called Something in the Pilliga. I don't know.
We'll have to look it up.
I don't know.
Like, is it a proper movie or is it like some weird shit?
I think a bloke from Canada directed it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Not
It's
sure
got to be top quality there. The Canada director, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how top quality that is, but you know.
He's just filmed it with his iPhone.
Probably wouldn't have even been an iPhone.
Probably Samsung.
Probably a friggin' Oppo or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Probably in
He's filmed that.
pixelated as heck.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently there's someone else. Ashley Jensen is a director and filmmaker working on a doco.
Is she from Canada?
No.
Oh.
She's looking into legitimate paranormal or spiritual encounters. And she wants to talk about the Pilliga Princess. So she's asking people to
give her
come and talk
stories.
to her about
Well, there's so many different stories. Like, it's not just a princess. Like, there is, and I'm sure there's way more better, interesting stories about her. But there is so many phenomena that go on in that part of the bush.
I'm just reading the start of this person's story. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Christmas 2017, my son and his mate went for a shoot and camped about 30 kilometres into the forest northwest of the town of Pilliga. We were all armed up with plenty of guns and knives.
Damn straight you were, Aussie boy.
So I was under the impression we were safe. There was nothing in the forest to fear. You're telling me that you reckon with a knife or a gun you could take on some of the fucking... Yeah, supernatural, but some of the friggin' wild animals in there. You don't reckon like a rabid dog is going to take you out, buddy?
Or like a big pig. Do they have pigs that they would in New South?
Yeah, and boars.
Yeah, they'd have boars and all sorts of shit.
Yeah. Mate, we have wild boars in fucking Gladstone.
Yeah.
Bridges.
Yeah.
Just out the back of just when Kaylee used to live up there.
Yeah.
We'd go out in the forest, like the national forest, just back onto our property.
Yeah.
And Yeah, every time we heard a noise, like we'd see the marks,
Yeah.
feet marks and stuff. Every time we heard a noise, everyone would get shit scared it was a boar.
Oh,
We
I'd
didn't
shit
care about the
myself.
deer.
Oh, the deer, alright, but if you see a boar,
It's gonna eat us.
yeah, fuck that. I would be gone.
It's gonna eat us. So yeah.
Them things be vicious.
But there was even tracks in her property.
Yeah.
In the bush in her property.
Yeah.
So we weren't even safe in her property. But we'd still go out there, light a bunch of bonfires.
Light some fires and chill
Finally
out.
set herself on fire, putting deodorant cans in the fire.
Oh.
Because it didn't blow up, so she went to touch it and then it blew up.
Do you know what I did to Ebony?
What?
She was lighting a cig. Whoosh, sprayed it right on her.
Dick.
Singed all her hair. Singed all her eyelashes off.
Yeah.
Oh, she loves me.
She does.
Such a naughty girl.
There was a dead pig or something. And tried to investigate it.
So this is the guys out there with their
boys that are
with their guns and their knives.
guns and their knives. But apparently they couldn't determine how it died.
This pig that they found.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
obviously wasn't a wound
shot,
that they've
wasn't-
seen.
Yeah. It was just dead.
Alright.
They set up camp. Two boys were in swags on the ground with their guns beside them.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Loved the dead silence in the forest. I don't like silence, so I would hate that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan.
So there was no animal noises.
That's a dead warning, isn't it? Because there should be plenty. Yeah, should be pretty.
Out in that scrub, there should be plenty.
There'd be all sorts of noises going on. All sorts of animals.
Huge pig knife in the stretcher. They went to sleep. This bloke was never a believer in paranormal. So that he was awakened by a woman saying my name in my left ear so vividly that I could feel her breath on the side of my face.
Yeah, nah.
You think your pig knife is going to save you? You are mistaken, boy.
Yeah, that's some red flags.
Like someone was walking around the camp. Grabbed my knife. Got up, like ready to friggin' punch on. Only to be greeted with darkness and silence. Sudden silence.
So there's nothing there again. Yeah, see, I don't think I could stay anywhere after experiencing that. You'd just be out of there. Well, I sure would.
Once I had settled and I went back to sleep, fuck off, mate.
Because if you'd go back to sleep, you'd be sitting there all night, like, freaked out.
Yeah. I couldn't. Could not.
I would have woken everybody else up there and said some weird shit.
Car and left.
So, see yas! Catch!
No, seriously.
No, I would have gone too. I would have freaked the fuck out.
Mate.
I would have woken everyone up, though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking, I would have woken, because it was Kim and like his son and his whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his son or whatever. I would have woken him up and said, mate, we're hightailing it the fuck out of here. We are leaving now.
There is someone whispering in my ear.
I am gone. Not
Probably-
doing this.
Probably that same bitch that undid the other dude's swags.
Yes.
Might be the bit like a princess. Maybe she was looking for some rubbish.
Mate, what if it's not, like, not her?
Probably wasn't. There'd be heaps of,
No, but I'm saying, like, what if it's something else?
like, imitating.
Manifesting as her.
That's a very big possibility, isn't it?
Because
Like-
they do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's also those things called skinwalkers and that. Have you heard about them?
Yes.
Creepy.
Yes.
The fuck are
Yuck.
they?
I hate everything. I'm gonna pee myself. So read that.
Alright, so where were we up to?
Just I don't know. Read whatever that is. That's under the bloke's story. About
Okay, so this is Jodie, and she says, I was travelling to the Gold Coast on my own, and I was 38 at the time.
That's your first mistake.
Yeah. I thought I could make it all the way. I fueled up at the petrol station before you turn onto the Pilliga Highway around 1 a.m. I grabbed some cans of Red Bull and chips, determined to make it through. The lady who served struck up a conversation and asked where I was going, etc. Lovely lady. She said, please don't stop, hun. Okay, so I got into about a good hour. What? So got in about a good hour and felt overwhelmingly tired and pulled up at an empty truck stop. A stretch, it was so still. No breeze, no noise, no crickets, not a sound. I jumped back in and locked the doors. Set my alarm for 20 minutes and fell asleep. The next thing I remember were bright lights and a honking horn. A massive truck was pulling up behind me. I freaked and took off. He didn't follow me, but I didn't stop until Gunawindi. Looking back, I think that he was trying to tell me not to rest in the Pilliga. Yeah, so it's a little bit weird. So
What happened to old Jody?
Old Jody was driving through
Pilliga?
through the highway, and she'd stopped at the servo first, and the old lady said, don't stop when you're driving through the Pilliga, but she got really tired. So she pulled over in a truck stop, set her alarm for 20 minutes, and she fell asleep. And then the next thing, she was woken up by a massive truck who was pulling in behind her. She freaked out and took off. He didn't follow her, but she didn't stop until she got to the next town. So she said, looking back, I think he was telling me not to rest in the Pilliga, which is possible. Or maybe he was just pulling up and said, get out of my way. You're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Because it's truck stop.
It's not a
little car.
No.
Oh, you probably can sleep. I don't know. But maybe it was nothing. Maybe he was. Who knows? Who knows, Jody? Who knows?
I mean, you'll never know unless you ask him.
No.
Maybe it wasn't even a real truck.
Well, Trevor says, back in the 80s, I drove a truck to Adelaide, Brisbane twice a month. One night, a scruffy grey blonde hair woman, ooh, sounds like the Pilliga princess.
It's an old princess.
Jumped up into my truck while I was stopped at Gunawandi. I don't know, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Gunawandi. She said, can I give her a lift as I was heading south? Not something I'd normally do, but I did agree to it. I was about 24 at the time, and she looked in her 40s. As we drove away, I heard other truckies talking on the CB, saying the princess was hanging around and looking for a lift. Then I knew who had gotten in my truck. She said she wanted to go west to Wyalong to see her friends and family. So I took her to Coonabarabran and dropped her off. She offered me some services to thank me for the ride, but I declined her offer and roared off into the night. I can't remember ever seeing her again after that, but she was no myth. She was a real person, and to hear of her tragic ending was sad. So that doesn't say.
I mean, it just.
Back in the 80s, so maybe she was still actually alive then.
Well, she was, because it said in
1994 or something. She died. So in the 80s, she was obviously. So he's talking about the real chick, not the ghost chick.
But so he actually came across it.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's But like, why are you just chilling in the bush?
I have no idea.
Like, how did you get there?
Why are you there? Yeah, it's just like, we're just gonna go up and
Like,
that's just like a serial killer spot. Like, seriously, like, you don't go and fucking hang out in weird forest.
No.
Although she was Aboriginal, so maybe she had some ties to the land, or maybe she lived there, or.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
she.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
If she lived there, then that's fine.
She might have. I don't know. I don't even know if there's houses there, but maybe she.
I don't know if there's houses, but she might have had like a little situation going.
She might have had a sitch there. Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
That's fair enough.
It says that like, there's caves there and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Like there might be.
She could have had a camp.
there.
Like, I mean, we had that guy that lived down the river. Do you remember him, Buck?
No.
You don't remember him?
No.
He lived down the river.
No.
And his wife lived with him down the river. And he built like a
Where?
little shack just down on River Road.
But where? Like close to what?
like close to Tulloch Street, in between Tulloch Street and and our road.
Just at the river.
Yeah. Just down
the
riverbank.
embankment.
Yep. Just put up some tin.
When was that?
We were teenagers, so you were only little.
Not a laugh.
So old Buck and Kitty was his wife's name.
You'll have to show me whereabouts. Like
He was
close to where it is.
he was a gruff looking old man.
People, yeah.
He used to scare the shit out. Like everyone was terrified of him. And he used to drag around a trolley and collect cans and
Well, as they do, but
and
like,
bottles, and like he was what you'd call a hobo.
But are people just scared of him because like they're not typical?
I definitely think so. But back in the time, like we were all just like, it was just like a hype. Like,
Yeah.
stay away from
course.
Buck. Like there was all sorts of
Yeah.
stories about him being like
Oh, of course there would be.
a sex offender and all sorts of weird shit. Look, he was a weird guy. He was
I mean,
definitely
he's
a weird
living
guy.
in the river.
And he wasn't very kind to Kitty. Kitty had some sort of like disability.
Yeah, but I mean, they're living next, like, on the embankment.
Yeah.
Like, they're not living in a house.
No, they lived in this little shack that he put together with like wasn't even a shack. Like there was no water, there was no power. Like it was literally tin
Freaking
and
3
sticks.
pieces of tin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and he had all his rubbish down there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why people do that. I wonder how he ended up there. In that
Oh, he was
sitch.
evicted because he was a hoarder. Like he just
Ah, okay.
yeah, so they were evicted.
And they just lived. Oh,
Yep.
that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate for sure.
Yeah, he must have had some mental health.
Yep, he would have definitely had some mental health issues going on, and she definitely did. She was yeah, she was a little bit slow, the old kitty. But she seemed lovely. He seemed just scary, but who knows? Like he probably wasn't. Like he was just scary to
Yeah.
us at the time because like
But he's also like, you know, if he was a hoarder, then he's got that like issue going on.
yeah,
He's been evicted from his house.
Yeah. and like he would yell and scream. Like I think he liked to drink too, so he was like
Yeah, so he was having a friggin' just weird old little time going on in his life. Like,
he was good old Buck. Then I think he moved over to Hillsville.
okay.
I think
like,
Kitty got away because he used to beat Kitty.
Mm,
I think she actually got away from him, so that was good.
yeah.
And he was a big man, and she was a little lady. Like he was huge, like just tall
Yeah.
and like. And he always like I don't know. I don't even know if this is if I'm remembering or if it was just like I always used to. I don't know if I pictured him with an. I think maybe he had one in his trolley, like an axe thing.
Well, I would think he would if he lives next to the river.
Yeah, like a little tomahawk thing.
Yeah.
He always had to for cutting shit down.
Wood
Mm.
so that he could have a fire.
Yeah,
And that I would think that he would. It would, like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
To have that. Because, like, you know, and it's also so he can get in when stuff grows.
yeah,
He can cut it down. Like, that would make sense.
it would.
But, I don't know, it's a bit creepy.
Bit creepy.
I wonder if he's still kicking. Or if he's...
Nah, he'd be gone by now. He was an old man.
Oh. He's an old fella.
He was an old fella.
Old bloke.
Oh, look, he could still be alive.
Maybe.
Probably wasn't as old as I thought.
Yeah, I guess when you're young.
Yeah, you think everyone's like super old and they're like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he might not have been that old. Who knows?
I think that adults are like
Like
full old
super old.
super ancient.
Alright, well, we'll have to do another podcast. Little jigger.
Little thing.
We've been talking there for 50 minutes already.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We've done pretty well. Because we can go for hours and hours and hours.
We sure can. We just like dribble shit.
We do. We get very off topic. we bring it back.
We bring it back. Like we Bring it back.
Gotta have a little spice in there, a bit of variety.
Bit of variety, whatever hits our little minds.
Yeah.
We'll just go off on a little tangent.
As you should.
As you should. You've got to explore that creative juices when they come. You can't suppress that, can you?
No.
It's just criminal.
I want to do one day.
Yeah.
One of the Am I the Arsehole ones.
Yes.
Because they're funny.
And they definitely are assholes.
Most of them. Some of them aren't. Some of them the other person is the arsehole.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do one of them next time.
Yeah. Well, you read a few of them because they're short.
Yeah. So we'll do some of them. We'll do some of them next time. See what you think. You, our listeners. I wonder if we'll have a listener.
Probably not.
Probably not. Nobody wants to hear our dribble shit.
I don't think so.
We'll see. Maybe we're going to make it. Maybe we're going to be like sensations. People are going to want to just listen to us dribble shit.
I don't know. Maybe we'll be interesting.
Maybe we will. Who knows?
If we can get our shit
We're pretty interested in what we're saying.
We are.
Like, it's pretty bloody interesting. Like, at least we stayed sort of on track. Like, we normally go off on, like, from aliens to friggin' the pyramids to what friggin' different nationalities, friggin' indigenous languages. Remember that?
Yes. And like, who are the Aztecs?
Yeah. Who are the Aztecs? Where did they come from?
We're going to name this podcast Who Are the Aztecs? It's got nothing to do with Aztecs.
Alright, let's do that. And people are going to be like, who are the Aztecs? And then they're going to click on it and go, that's not Aztecs.
No, seriously, like,
tricked ya.
Who are the Aztecs?
Who are they? Who are they?
We're looking up the indigenous peoples of every country.
Yeah.
And we looked up who are the indigenous people of Italy, and it's like, no shit, the Italians.
The Italians.
Like,
damn it.
Yeah, we're pretty
And the Greeks are their own indigenous.
Yeah, but then England, like, English are the indigenous of England, and it freaks me out.
Are they? Are they though?
Well, that's what it's on Wikipedia says. Because there aren't any.
Wouldn't it be like Vikings or something?
No, we talked about that.
They're Sweden. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, then
Norwegian. I don't know.
from Norway.
From Norway. I was right.
Is it Norway?
No.
Nordic. I don't know. Maybe it is the Vikings. Maybe it was the Vikings. I don't know.
But
no, because it's not the Vikings.
What?
They're not. The English don't look like Vikings. Like, they don't have the same characteristics.
No, but who are they?
I think
Google
it's
that
just
now.
them who are the English. I think I did Google it last time, and it was them who are
It's the English are their own natives.
I don't know. Natives. Oh, yeah. England is like the friggin' third. Yes, the Celtic Britons.
Oh.
The ancient Britain. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's why.
So it's the Celtics.
Because it is. Yeah, but
which were like the Scots, and they were. No. Am I right?
in the UK,
Celtics are like, I don't know. What are Celtics?
the Celtic,
Is
like, and the ancient Celtic stuff is like, we're gonna offend some Irish and
No offence
Scottish
meant,
people.
man. That's like part of our
That's why we did the disclaimer in the start. We fucking know nothing.
We know nothing. We're just winging.
We just talk.
We just talk dribble shit. Right, back to our dribble shit.
But yeah, the Celtic Britons, like the Celtics, I think are like.
Warning. No factual information.
We know nothing. Nothing I say is true. I like the like Irish and Scottish.
Yeah, that sounds right, doesn't
Might
it?
just be the Irish people. I don't know. But yeah, either way, that's who is the natives of the UK. Like Great Britain is Celtic.
Is that
Celtic
why? Is that
Britons.
why the Poms hate the Irish?
Why? Because of the Celtics.
Yeah.
No, because they all hate each other. Irish hate the Scottish, and Scottish hate the Irish.
But don't they?
I think Wales is the only one that's like Wales is like the friggin'
Like, good one.
like young brother that just chills there and is like, I don't give a fuck what y'all are doing.
Just leave me out of it.
I'm just chilling over here. I think, I don't know, could be wrong.
So interesting. So weird.
It is.
And like,
Yeah.
who's the natives of India? Indians? No, like... No, not like American Indians. Like,
No, I know.
who's the natives of India's?
Well, it's the Indian people. Because it's like when we talked about, like China,
Yeah, alright.
it's them. Because I think it's similar. I don't know.
So it's just really the Western world that were like
invaded. Was us, yeah.
And like America.
Us, Africa.
What about like Papua New Guinea and that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got invaded as hard as we did though.
New
I don't
Zealand.
think that. Yeah, New Zealand. I don't think they I think they're still like they're not a Western.
They're not westernized. No, they're not.
No, so they've still got a lot of their native. Like Indonesia, they're all natives.
Yeah.
They're definitely heavily
Westernized.
have Western people in there, definitely.
Yeah. But they've still got their own culture there too.
Yeah, and that's tourism
Mm.
deal is why they're all Western.
Yeah.
I mean, you go there and everything is catered for Australians.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like another state in our country, isn't it?
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it says that Celtic Britons or ancient Britons were the Celtic people who inhabited Great Britain from at least the British Iron Age and into the Middle Ages, at which point they diverged into Welsh, Cornish and Bretons.
So who was Germany? Germany's natives.
German?
No,
The
surely.
first people to be called English were the Anglo-Saxons, a group of closely related Germanic tribes that began migrating to eastern and southern Great Britain from southern Denmark and northern Germany. I'm getting
So
a lot
the
of
Brits.
mixed messages here.
Yeah, bro. So now it's saying like German people are Brits, like the first people. The F? Google? What the F?
Yeah. I don't know. The original people of Britain were the ancient Britons, and they've lived in the island since the last ice age. Yeah, so the British are the natives of Britain. I don't think today's British people are the natives of Britain, but, you know, like, the Anglo-Saxons are apparently native to Britain. It seems, but yeah, that's alright. Who are the natives of Germany?
This is a rabbit hole. This is a rabbit hole.
Seriously, like, how many countries are there? Because I could look them all up. Who are the natives of Germany? The German natives?
They've got to be like some sort of friggin'.
Indigenous to Central Europe, Germanic tribes. They're just Germanic tribes.
Look, surely it's got to be like. Where did the Vikings go? Where did they take over?
Norway.
Norway, but they had to have taken over other places. Did you watch?
They didn't. Not as It's not as like big as the friggin' TV show says it is. We looked it up the other time, and apparently they didn't really do that much.
Stupid Vikings! I thought they would have been worth more than just a little Norway, old Norway.
I think that they were like in their sitch. That's what they were doing in their situation.
They just wanted Norway.
Well, we had I don't.
Like in that show, they like go into Britain.
And they probably did go into Britain, but
Yeah,
they
but I
didn't
think-
invade them like Britain invaded us.
No, well, I think they didn't they? In the show.
In the show, but it's not real life.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, it says Germans are a Germanic people that are indigenous to Central Europe.
Bloody Germans.
So the Germans.
That's weak.
Okay. The first people to inhabit the region we now call Germany, were the Celts. The Celts.
Celtics.
Gradually, they were displaced by Germanic tribes moving down from the north. I don't understand.
And then there was all sorts of countries that had changed names and...
Yeah. I don't know what any, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because it used to be something and now it's this and then...
Yeah.
Is that like a rebranding? Do you reckon? Or was it like
I think it was like from a split, like a...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was it like a becoming their own type thing?
Yeah, I believe so. Don't take my word for it, but I think it was more like a political...
Because wasn't the Czech Republic
used
to be something else?
Yugoslavia.
So Yugoslavia's not a place anymore?
No, it's not.
Is it the Czech Republic? Or is it the Republic of Czechoslovakia? Or is it the Czech... Okay.
Alright, let's look that up. But Yugoslavia was a country. And now it is no longer a country. It's split into two. It's like the Serbians and the Czechs.
Why is the Republic of Czech...
That's probably totally wrong what I just said too.
Oh, I can't spell Czech. Okay, so it's not the Republic of Czechoslovakia, it's literally just Czechoslovakia.
Okay.
Yugoslavia. Did you say, was it Yugoslavia that you said? It says it's Yugoslavia is a country.
I thought it wasn't a country anymore.
I don't know. It says... Oh, hang on. The breakup of Yugoslavia. Let's go on that.
Like it happened ages ago.
Occurred as a result of a series of political upheavals and conflicts during the early 1990s.
Yeah.
The Republic of Yugoslavia split apart. Was primarily affected, blah, 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 blah.
That was totally political, like the Czechs and the Serbians, wasn't it? Like they had a big political thing.
It says the wars primarily affected Bosnia and Herzegovina,
Yeah, that place.
neighbouring parts of Croatia, and some years later, Kosovo. I'm not pronouncing any of this right. Inter-ethnic Yugoslav wars. I don't know. Okay. It's going through a little like timeline of what this thing becomes. So I'm just gonna wait for it to go back to the start. Okay, so it was... Okay, animated series of maps showing the breakup of the... So it used to be the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Okay, so from 1943 until 1992.
Yep.
It was the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Imagine having that as your country name. Where are you from? The Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. Like, because you would have to write it like that on official
on
documents.
everything. Like, yeah.
On official documents. Like, if you're just telling someone, oh, you're from Yugoslavia, like, that's fine. But on your official documents, you've got to write...
Like, even your address, like...
Yeah, because, you know, we just say Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
So in America, they have to say United States of America.
Yeah, I guess they would.
I'd say they would. In England, it would just be England.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then 1991, like, there's Croatia.
Yeah.
Slovenia.
Yeah.
Republic of Serbian Krajina, which is not a thing anymore.
Okay.
It's from 91 to 95, which then became a part of Croatia. I think that is.
I'm not really...
Republic of North Macedonia. So Bosnia and Herzegovina were one. Croatian Republic of Herzegovina then split apart. And then there was a Republic of Bosnia. Okay, so these ended up becoming their own thing. At first they were lumped together and now they're their own countries.
Separate. Yeah.
And then you've got Federal Republic of Yugoslavia until 2003. Then it was Serbia and Montenegro. And now that space split up into Montenegro, Serbia, and Kosovo.
Weird
Okay,
freaking names.
I know, I can't pronounce anything. But yeah, so Yugoslavia isn't a thing anymore.
No, see, I knew that. See, look at that. My little pea brain
Why
knew
didn't
that.
it tell me that why doesn't it just say, like, say all these people's names and formerly known as Yugoslavia?
Does it say it that, or it doesn't
No,
say it?
I wish it would. But yeah, so
Because they just like to make
other little countries.
everything as complicated as they possibly can.
Yes, they do.
We should just run the world.
I mean, it'd be nice.
I just wouldn't have anything like with weird names that I couldn't pronounce.
No, we just learn how to pronounce them. People would tell us.
Well,
They're
yeah.
like, you're from there, tell me how to pronounce it.
How do I see it? I wouldn't even remember. I've got like the worst memory.
Yeah, you got a bit of a pea brain.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
No,
pea.
because we would become, if we ran the world would become one.
Oh, that sounds a bit end of time prophecies there.
No, they would just all be under an umbrella.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen at the end times, bro.
What do you mean?
That's what happens at the end. The world becomes all like under one umbrella.
Like under one power.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're rooted.
Yeah, but I'm not going to kill anybody.
No, but that's when the Antichrist will come in and do it all. Because he's the one that's going to trick everyone.
But
So
what
we're
if
not
they
having
say-
part of that. We
but
will
what
not
if
be
they
part of
say
that.
no?
No, we won't know. Well,
What do you mean? What do you? So if I control it all and I say, look, these are my
this is mine, man.
these are my
World.
friends.
This is my world.
These are my friends.
Go away.
How's he gonna come along and be like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck your shit up? I'm gonna be like, goodbye.
Because he's going to go, no, hello.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, see ya.
And he'll go, I'm going to fuck your shit up.
And I'm gonna say bye.
And
This
he'll, go,
is my world. This is my friends.
he'll say, no. He comes across as a friend. See, that's how he tricks you.
No, but I don't have any like.
No, but I don't have any friends.
I don't have any friends.
I don't let nobody in.
No, I just control the world so that everybody be friends with each other.
We're all going to be friends with each other, alright?
So that nobody's fighting, nobody's doing nasties. Everybody's being nice.
Everybody's be nice, okay? Just be nice.
And then, like, he's gonna come at me and be a friend. I'm like, I know your game,
I know what you're doing.
because I don't have any friends. So,
You just want my power.
you just want to control the world. And then, like, no.
So
It's
you're
like-
gonna save the world from the Antichrist.
Single-handedly.
You sound like Mum. Oh. Single-handedly save the world.
Yeah, but she probably has a different idea of doing it. I'm just like, as if these are my puppets. And people be like, no, you kiss and make up. You'll be friends now.
You were friends.
I make Russia and America be buddies.
Come over here, buddy.
You got nasty nuclear warfare? No, you don't. I'm confiscating that.
That
It
is
is now
gone.
mine.
You no longer have that.
You no longer have rights to your nuclear warfare because you misuse your toys.
So they're taken away. You're just going to be like the mean mummy, aren't you?
I am.
It's good.
That's what I mean. I am. I'm
Oh,
like, you're in timeout.
go
You
away.
don't get to play anymore until you're ready to apologise
And play nice.
for your actions, okay? And then they'll be like, oh, but America was meant to be. I'll be like, alright, you explain to me what they did and I'll go talk to them.
Well, we will sort this out.
We do not take things into our own hands in this household.
Do you understand me?
Under my universe, okay? You play by my
You
rules.
play by my rules. And you do as I say and not as I do.
Exactly.
Alright?
These are
Now, if I
mine.
want to go and blow up China,
I'm not blowing up vagina.
Well, you might.
Why?
They might be naughty.
I'm not going to blow them up.
Well, why?
Because just because they're naughty doesn't mean they deserve to be blown up.
Put them in timeout then.
Exactly. They go to timeout.
Alright, the China in timeout. So...
Yeah, if they weren't trade with Australia, then
Timeout.
Timeout until they're
Time
willing
out, you selfish little bastards.
Exactly. And until they're willing to share, time out.
Time out.
All the monies in the world is
Confiscated.
to be shared.
No, confiscate it.
Yeah, but it is to be shared among all the brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Not just big old America, big old Britain.
No. Greedy greedies.
Even big old Australia.
Oh, greedy greedies.
Give some to your little brothers and sisters, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We share.
Share it all.
Share.
Divide it equally.
Same with resources. No more plastic though. Plastic is gone.
Plastic is banned.
It's gone.
That is banned.
It's banned straight away.
Stood on way too many Legos.
Seriously.
Seriously
It's just
gone.
not fun.
No.
It's gone. All them scientists didn't go to school for nothing. They are going to figure out a different way.
Damn straight.
Figure out something else.
Figure
That's
it
what
out.
we're here to do. Yep.
Sounds about right.
And I'd learn all the country names.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
It's like, well, that's why you're not in charge.
Yeah, but I'm second in charge, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll give you a cheat sheet.
I wouldn't even read it. I still wouldn't want to know the names.
But it's like kids' names.
Yeah, but wouldn't really
You
care.
just call them that one.
That one and that one. That one over there is being a rotten little asshole. Yeah, that's what I call it. Wouldn't bother to know their names. I'll be like the wicked stepmom. Doesn't care about them.
I don't care about the kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're
Spoiled.
in charge.
Well,
That's why I'm in charge.
probably a good call. Probably a good
I care
call.
about them.
I
Make
won't.
them be nice.
I won't care about them.
You should.
No, they're
They all
nasty.
deserve to be cared about if they behave.
If they behave.
If they be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niceness makes the world go round.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No.
How am I going to become in charge of the world though? Like, how is that going to happen?
Well,
Like, how do I do that?
how do you get in there?
Yeah, like, is there like a
Don't know.
throne situation?
Probably will make one if there's not.
But like, how do I do that? Like, who do I have to?
Who do you
like,
talk to
I'm
about
in
that?
charge now. Is it the United Nations?
Yeah. I'd say you'd go to the
Get in
UN.
the UN and just be like, okay, you're not doing your job.
You guys are out.
Like, they have these friggin' like goals. Like, have you seen it? How many goals is it? Like 12 of them?
I don't
I
really
think
know.
it's 12. 12 sustainable goals.
Probably, but they're all shit.
But they're supposed to hit them in
And they
like
don't.
a timely manner. And they don't.
Ever.
Like, tell me why third world countries can't have clean water when friggin' Jeff Bezos makes $1 billion like a minute.
Yeah.
Tell
Do you know? I read this. I watched this thing about like Nestle and how like they
Yeah.
were owning all the water rights and
Yeah, Nestle's fucked.
Nestle are really bad. Do you know they make my coffee? I did not know
They
that.
make everything.
I know. They've got their hand in literally
Yeah.
everything. Sneaky little bastards.
Yep.
They
They were the
are
ones that were
bad
also
news.
using like palm oil and stuff.
Yeah, but not just that. They were doing like they were killing babies in third world countries because they were promoting formula as the only way to feed your kid, like back in the early days.
Yeah.
Because the first guy that made that started Nestle was making formula.
Right.
And then he sold off the company to the new Nestle. And then they just started to, they changed the formula and they just, totally marketed it different and, forced it down people's throats. And they were promoting it in third world countries and, you've got to add water to it.
They don't have
Do they have clean water?
No.
No. So they were killing their children.
But also, and breast milk is free.
Exactly. But they were saying breast milk wasn't good for them. And that they had to have this formula to give your baby the best, they even had people dressed up as nurses walking around in the countries, trying to, like, promote it. And then so all these little babies over in third world countries were dying because they were drinking contaminated formula.
Yeah.
Like, they're just fucking greedy, dodgy little assholes.
And
they've got their hand in literally everything.
They're the first to go.
They're the first to go. Nestle is gone.
And then Jeff Bezos.
I don't know who he is, but he's gone.
He owns Amazon.
Okay, they do all those scams. I had 3 today.
No, so people do the scams on behalf of Amazon.
I know.
Amazon. But anyway, his workers are all like in third world countries, I'm pretty sure. Again, disclaimer, nothing I say is factual. Nothing I say has been researched. I have no references as to where I get my information. It all just comes out of my head.
All just out of my
Might have read
head.
it somewhere on Twitter. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like all of his workers are in third world countries. Or even if they are in America, he pays them below minimum wage.
Yeah, Americans get paid shit. But
he pays them fucking pennies.
Yeah.
Gives them shit working conditions. And earns like $1 billion a day or something. Something ridiculous like that. Like, he earns so much money and he pays them nothing and they get no benefits.
What is with greed? Like, it's just so disgusting.
I don't know.
Fucking hate it.
And then older Elon Musk. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
He said I'm pretty sure he said it to the UN, if you can explain to me where my money will go and how my money will end world hunger, I will give it to you today. If you can show me exactly what it is going to do, exactly how it is going to, like, do it. If you explain to me, like,
what
break
your
it down
plan
for me.
is.
You know, tell me where my dollars are going. Tell me what's going to happen. Tell me how this is going to fix the solution. I'll give it to you today. And they can't.
So they don't have a plan to save them, really. Obviously, or else they would have...
not, like, logically. Because if they did, like... I know they're not, like, in charge. But, like, there are ways I reckon they could do it.
Yeah.
If they pushed it hard enough and said, literally, like, if they put all their freaking cards on the table and, like, if
We've
we
got
had
to
$1
do
billion
this.
today, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, we could do all these things.
Yeah, it's like they're not actually advocating for them, are they? Like, they're making out like they are, but there's never any action put into anything. It's all just dribble
like,
shit.
Why are there still places that don't have clean water?
Yeah, that's bullshit. And, like that's absolute bullshit.
Why are there people still dying?
Considering how much it costs, like, to get the wells, it's nothing.
Yeah, and, like, why are people still dying of preventable diseases that we have vaccinations for? Why?
Like, we're on our booster shots.
Yeah, for COVID.
Third world countries haven't even had one dose yet.
Exactly.
Like,
and then
for fuck's
they're
sake.
dying of, like, malaria and stuff that we've had our shots for.
Yeah. Oh, all of them. All the diseases.
They die of everything because they don't have it. And I'm like, why?
Because we're a greedy people.
Yeah, we're a greedy world.
It's just bullshit.
It is. It's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
I know.
Well, we just went so off topic then.
We always do.
Yeah.
Talking about the natives of countries, and now I'm talking about I'm going to own the world.
Yeah.
And those people are going to get vaccinated.
Yeah, and Nestle's going to be shut down.
Nestle is going to be on the chopping block.
First up.
All their money is going into doing vaccines and doing the water and doing the infrastructure. Like,
damn straight.
It's all in there.
That's all that needs to happen. Somebody just needs to get some balls and just steal all the rich people's money.
Seriously, steal from the rich.
Where's Robin Hood when we need him?
I know. Steal from the rich.
Oh shit. Let's knock something down.
That's also what it... Here we go again. Scammers. Why do they target the poor? Why?
Because the rich are too stingy to help. Because
Like,
it's the poor people that put into their pockets to do things, or like that are
they
just
always steal from like poor
like
people.
old people
And like
vulnerable people.
Yeah, vulnerable people.
They're dirty dogs.
It is. It's like no morals.
None.
To steal from people that don't have enough money to feed themselves. Okay.
Fucking scammers.
Fucking scammers. I've never been done. I
No.
never want to be done.
Neither do I. And then catfishing. We watched that show. Did you watch that show or did I watch that show?
What, Tinder Swindler?
No, yeah, but then I watched the new one. Remember I said it wrong?
Oh.
Yeah, have you watched it yet?
No.
So good. What's it even called?
You're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
Oh. What's
it?
her name? I can't even think of her name.
Oh, you're talking about Anna?
Yeah! Inventing Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I say? What did I
Something.
Inviting Anna or something.
Anna.
Yeah, so that's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, she's a scammer. Like a massive scammer. Like she's...
So does she scam, like, the rich, though?
Massively rich, yeah.
Well...
She doesn't scam.
Why
Oh, no,
am I
she
not?
does scam... She does scam her friends. So she gets her friends,
But
like...
are they poor?
They're not rich, no. They're just average people. So she
Well, then
does
we're
fuck
not-
them over.
We don't like her then. Okay. Because when I first, like, read it, and it was like, you know, she's just lying to, like, you know,
Big
the rich people and that to buy her dinners and whatever.
Yeah.
And spend money on her and whatever. I mean, she's not helping anyone, but she's... When I thought she was only scamming the rich people, I'm like... It's literally like a drop in an ocean for them. Like, to pay for her hotel.
Yeah, no, like she...
Why does it...
So, her hotel trips, though, like... So, she took her friend on this trip, like this...
Just her normal friend.
Just her normal friend.
Yeah.
On this trip, and they stayed in this really elaborate hotel, and obviously she had no money to pay for it.
So she just, like, skipped the bill.
Oh, no, she got her friend to put her credit card down and said that she would wire the money through. And her friend didn't have enough on her credit card, so she had to put down her work credit card. And then she was charged $62,000 on her work one. She almost lost her...
So she didn't?
She didn't, because it all went to court.
Because it was a scam?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she...
That poor...
she's still paying off the debt now. Oh, no, that was wiped, sorry. That was wiped. Somebody else is still paying off the debt. Like, that she ran up. Like, that was just another normal person. But...
See, that's sad. That's what I don't like.
I don't like that.
Like, if you're gonna scam rich people into doing stuff.
And her biggest scam was she was trying to get a loan, like a huge ass loan to start this big posh business up. But that wasn't really a scam. Like, all she was scamming them was by saying she was an heiress, like a German heiress, and she actually...
Yeah, so she
wasn't.
lied about who she was, and she was getting, like, investors from rich people.
So she would have had, like, there's nothing saying that she wouldn't have paid back the loan. Like, if she had this...
Yeah, so, like, her history kind of suggests that she probably wouldn't have paid back their money. But
if she had the means to pay it back, like, when she was able to pay things back, she did. It was just when she was absolutely stuck that she couldn't...
So she's paid people back?
She has paid some people back.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was very generous. Like, when she did have money that she swindled off somebody else, she would like lavish gifts on her friends, and like she would. It's a pretty sad story, really. It's pretty cool.
Because like, if she was just pretending to be this heiress to get people to invest in her, then that's just like fraudulent identity. It's not like...
Yeah, like her lawyer is saying she had to fake it till she made it. Like...
So many people do.
Yeah, well, apparently Frank Sinatra faked it till he made it. Like, he used to hire people to come and faint at, like, his concerts and that, like, before he was real famous.
Yeah.
So then it created like
price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he, like, became, like, one of the biggest singers ever.
Well, I mean, even everyday people, you boost your resume. You know,
you lie about,
you embellish, you
make yourself sound better than you are.
So, like, I don't think that is necessarily the worst thing. To steal from people who don't have any money, no. And I know she skipped out on bills and that.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah, like, you have to watch it. It's actually a really good, good story.
It's
It's good. It's good. It's good.
And we'll watch it and find out.
Find out the story.
All the information on her being a con
German
artist.
heiress.
German heiress. Even though she's from Russia. The country of Russia. Well, we've been talking for an hour and 25 minutes. This is what we do on a regular basis. Just continue to talk and talk and talk about everything. About everything. Even though we don't know what we're talking about. We don't know. We don't research nothing. The most research I do is Wikipedia. I don't know.
Did you?
Nothing. No.
What was it? Oh, I need a smoke.
Oh, you gotta press end.
End it. And then we'll...
Bah.